Hello there, I'm Carly from Learn English with Carly. I hope that you and your family are well today. Where in the world are you? I love hearing from viewers and I always reply to comments, so please let me know where in the world you live. Today I'm in a park in North Vancouver. Before we start today's lesson, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and also turn on the notifications so that you know when I release my new weekly video. Now, verbs such as do, get and have, they're some of the first verbs that we learn when we're learning English, but they're used so often in so many different ways, they can actually be quite complicated. In the first video in this series, we are going to look today at idiomatic expressions with do. Now, what is an idiomatic expression? An idiomatic expression is a type of informal language that has a meaning different from the meaning of the words in the original expression. Today we will learn 10 that always use do. As always, I will provide you with an explanation of the expression along with sample sentences in different tenses. This is really important for your learning. Let's get started. Our first idiomatic expression today is do the time. This means to serve a prison sentence or endure a period of punishment. If you do the crime, you do the time. Jason's currently doing time in prison for armed robbery. The thief did time and was released last year. It's not always easy to find a job after you've done time. The man will need to do time if convicted. To do the trick is a C2 phrase that means that something has the necessary or desired effect. It successfully accomplishes or achieves a desired result or goal. We can use this idiomatic expression in many ways in our everyday English. Adding a pinch of salt does the trick to enhance the flavour. I was sick last week, but the medication I took did the trick because now I feel much better. The boss is sure this strategy will do the trick and increase our sales. If we follow the instructions carefully, it should do the trick. Now, to do the right or wrong thing means to make a morally correct or incorrect decision or take appropriate or inappropriate action in a given situation. We always do the right thing in difficult situations. The girl did the wrong thing by lying about her whereabouts. Make sure you do the right thing, even if it's challenging. If you do the wrong thing, there will be consequences. Now, to do a double take means to react with surprise or disbelief, usually by turning your head and then looking again, so you turn your head twice. We use this often in response to something unexpected or unusual. Let's see how we use it in different tenses. Yesterday, I did a double take when I saw a dog riding a skateboard. Chris did a double take when he saw his friend had lost so much weight. This next sentence is a true story. When I saw Nelson Mandela in London, I did a double take because I couldn't believe my eyes. I genuinely did. When I saw him, I looked and then looked again when I realized who it was. We call this a double take. If you see something unusual or out of the ordinary, you might do a double take too. To do a disappearing or vanishing act means to suddenly and mysteriously vanish or leave without a trace, often to avoid a difficult or uncomfortable situation. Whenever there's work to be done, Jerry does a disappearing act. Children will often do a disappearing act when it's time to tidy up. Ria did a disappearing act when her friends needed her support. If Harry faces a difficult situation, he might do a vanishing act. we should have remembered that they would do a vanishing act when it came to cleaning up after the party. Now, this sixth idiomatic expression with do is British slang, and it means to abruptly flee or leave a place, especially to avoid a difficult or unwanted situation, or we use it when someone leaves somewhere without paying. To do a runner. My neighbour's son often threatens to do a runner when they have a disagreement. The family was arrested after doing a runner from an inexpensive restaurant. This means that the family fled the restaurant without paying. Last month, Tilly did a runner because she couldn't handle the pressure anymore. If things get too tough, he might do a runner and leave us hanging. Here, leave us hanging means to keep someone waiting for your decision or answer. To do one's hair means to style or arrange your hair, usually by brushing or combing or using other hair care products or tools. Alison always does her hair beautifully before going out. William did his hair differently yesterday as he was going on a date. I think I'll do my hair myself for the party instead of going to the hairdressers. If the teacher had more time, she would do her hair in a more elaborate style. To do one's best. This means to make maximum effort or perform to the best of your abilities in a given task or situation. Carly's students always strive to do their best in English. Despite the challenges, the project manager did her best and completed the project on time. The student will do her best to prepare for the exam and achieve a high mark. If we all work together, we can do our best and achieve great things. To do one's duty means to fulfill your moral or legal obligation or responsibility. As citizens, we must do our duty and vote in elections. The soldier did his duty by serving in the army or military for several years. In times of crisis, will politicians do their duty to protect their communities and countries? And our final idiomatic phrase with do today is to do someone a favour. If you do someone a favour, this means that you help someone by performing a kind act, often without expecting anything in return. Brian often does his colleagues a favour by covering their shifts at work. My sister did me a favour by lending me her car when mine broke down. Now, we do also use this phrase informally when we want someone to do something for us. I use this on an everyday basis, actually. Could you do me a favour and make me a cup of tea, please? Could you do your brother a favour and iron his shirt, please? Could you do us a favour and get some milk on your way home? We also use this phrase in answer to a stupid and impossible suggestion. Why don't you just tell him what happened? Oh, do me a favour. In this context, it's a bit like telling someone to shut up. Phew, we've made it through 10 idiomatic expressions with do. How will you practice these? How will you learn them? And do you think that you can use some of these in your everyday English? Listen out for them and see if you can spot any in your reading, and then try to use a few in your speaking. Please let me know what you think of this video lesson. I love hearing from you. Until our next video class, look after yourself in the meantime, and from a cold, getting very cold, wintry North Vancouver, I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, bye.